Hey there, and ho there. I'm L.A. Hardy. Welcome to Meaningless Debate, where we debate and go head to head with topics debating that are utterly meaningless. I want to thank you again coming in on a Thanksgiving week Monday. We are ready to get into this. And like I said, I'm L.A. Hardy. I'll be hosting the show. Let's get into it with our two guests. We got two great comedians all the way from Los Angeles and New York. I should say Florida now. Let's meet them. Let's see what's going on. Up first, you've seen this guy on Funny You Should Ask. Last comic standing. Comics unleash an instant mom. Please welcome, ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Flip Schultz.
Oh, give it up for me.
Nicely done, my friend. Welcome to Florida. I hear you're back in Florida now.
Yeah, yes, I am, and thank you for misspelling my name. Yes, I am. I just moved back here a couple of months ago from Los Angeles.
What have you been doing since the pandemic started?
Oh my God, so much. Catching up on The Mandalorian, catching up on The Boys, catching up on Miss Maisel, just so much.
Lord have mercy.
Wanted to know. Good to see you, Flip. Thanks for coming on the show, man.
Thanks for having me, Ally.
Is a man that needs no introduction. You've seen him on Are We There Yet? Red Eye and Top 5. Sherrod Small's in the house, ladies and gentlemen. What's up, dog?
There we go. What's up, man?
Good to see you. Going good, going good. How's things in New York?
And things are all right. I like how all the movies that all the shows that Flip are watching, it's because he moved back to his parents' house. That's the lineup for a dude back at his mom's place.
Yep.
Caught up in the Matrix.
Absolutely.
Well, thanks for coming out and joining the show, Sherrod. Glad to have you, man. We are.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
I am not going to mess it up again. We are on this show.
Wow, look at that. He mispronounces your name and misspells my name.
There you go.
Next time I'm going to say my name wrong.
Please welcome A.L. Hardy, everybody. A.L. Hardy.
Welcome to the show. Once again, it's all meaningless. We debate those topics that you guys get into arguments about on Facebook. Don't unfriend your friends. Come let us do the debating for you. We got the topics. We got the comics. Let's get into it. Before we start the show, we flip the coin behind the stage. Sherrod, you're up first. What's our first topic?
Sherrod.
Sherrod, I don't know why, but we're going to go with you first anyway. What's our first topic for Sherrod? Thanksgiving dinner. Eat as much as you can or save room for dessert. Mason from Savannah, Georgia wants to know, Sherrod.
Okay, I'm going to say eat as much as you can. Because why waste for dessert? Listen, if you're going to make room for dessert, you have room for dessert. But Thanksgiving is about more than just dessert. It's about that turkey. You know what I mean? It's about those greens. Your mom made the greens, them biscuits.
Right.
So you got to dive into that. I mean, you'll have time for the sweets. It's time for savory right now. The only thing sweet on my plate that I want around is the cranberry sauce. Okay? Right. Because I'm going all in. I want the dark meat, huh? I want that stuffing. You know that's right. Yeah. I want to know who made the potato salad first. You can't just be throwing potato salad on me and I don't know who made it. Is it Keisha, Little Keisha, or Big Keisha?
Big Keisha.
Okay, I'll eat it. Yeah. Anybody big make food, I'm eating it.
You're only supposed to do it one time a year anyway. It's called Thanksgiving, so give the thanks, go for it. Sherrod has spoken. What do you think, Flip? What's the other side of this? You got to wait?
The other side is simple. Of course you leave room for dessert. Dessert is a part of the entire experience. It's a Thanksgiving meal, not just a Thanksgiving dinner. Yeah, I agree. You got the turkey. You got the stuffing, got the cranberry, got everything Big LaQuisha made, got the greens, you got everything. But you save room for that pumpkin pie. That's the icing on the cake. That's the closer to the bit. That's the headliner of the meal is the pumpkin pie. That's where y'all sit around.
See, that's why it's deep, because you in a certain part of the country. We like sweet potato pie. You like pumpkin pie. See, that can start a fight at the meal.
You know what? Potato, tomato, pumpkin, sweet potato. It's still dessert, and we need to have that as part of the experience. You got that's the cleansing of the palate. That's the money shot. If Thanksgiving was a porno, this would be the pumpkin pie and sweet potato pie, the mix all over the face of the person eating.
Stimulating arguments both. Flipper, I like what you had to say about the pumpkin pie, but I think the nod's going to have to go to Sherrod. We're not saving any room in a black folks' house for no dessert. We're going to probably eat the dessert on the same plate as the rest of the food. First one's going to go to Sherrod.
What if your grandma spent all day baking that pie for you? Are you not going to eat that in front of her? You're going to make her just go, baby,
yeah, you might eat it, but you're going to eat it. You're going to eat it after that nap. You know you're going to take a nap first.
Yeah.
That's called going to sleep, and then you wake up the day after Thanksgiving. She's not going to be there. She's falling asleep before you, and you're breaking your Nana's heart.
Nana's bed is right in the living room. Nana's bed is right there in the living room. We know that.
Win goes to Sherrod for the first one. What else do we got? Let's see what else we got from the people out there at home. Don't forget, you can send these in live right now while we're on the show, and we'll debate them for you right now. Stuart Schwartz wants to know, American cheese or Swiss on a ham and cheese sandwich? Flip Schultz, you're up. What do you think?
Well, I think we got to go American because we are an American people. This is America. And American cheese I find it to be a much better tasting cheese than Swiss cheese. Swiss has that little bitter, that little kick, and that tang. Exactly. It's got holes in it. You're not getting as much cheese for your buck. With American cheese, you get a full block of cheese. You're not missing anything. And who needs Swiss? Swiss are good for hot chocolate, desserts, and watches. That's about it. Americans, we got the cheese. We got the Broncos. And what goes better with cheese and Broncos than ham? And as a Jew, that's saying a lot because generally that's not kosher. But with a little American cheese, I'm having it, baby.
Ladies and gentlemen, he still found a way to throw his religion into the middle of the argument. That's why he's on Meaningless Debate. Flip Schultz tackling the tough issues. Sherrod, what do you have to say on the other side? Tell us why Flip's better.
Oh, Flip.
Bring it on, Sherrod.
Foolish bastard. How would you take American cheese with the year we're having? Huh? The year we're having in this country, you got to stay away from. First of all, American cheese ain't really cheese. I hate to break the news to you. It's not actual cheese. Ain't no American cows. That's not how you make cheese. It's processed. American cheese is processed cheese, brother. And Swiss cheese is just real cheese. They've been making Swiss cheese for as long as they've been people. American cheese is something out the 70s.
So you're saying
in the lab. They made it in the lab. So well, your grandparents ain't have American cheese.
That government cheese.
Our grandparents fought the big American war, and they never had American cheese because there wasn't no such thing.
But at least the American cheese fought in the war. The Swiss cheese stayed out of it. They're pacifists. They're pacifist cheese. They never got involved. So you know what? Swiss cheese. I don't want to eat a cheese that doesn't have at least the heart to fight. You know why it doesn't have the heart? Because there's a hole where its heart used to be.
Wow.
You're confusing cheese. You're confusing dairy products with people.
We're talking about straight up choice and which one you like better. I'm going to say, Sherrod, I was going to give you that one because I totally agreed on the anti-American cheese and the Swiss and the real thing. But then, Flip, you threw in the compelling argument right there at the end. I'm going to split that one right down the middle and call it a draw. Let's move on to the next topic. Brad Grazer wants to know, who's hotter, Siri or Alexa? Sherrod, you're up. Siri or Alexa?
Oh, see, that's a tight one. I'm going to be honest, that's a tight one, but I have to go Siri. Because Siri got that, that exotic flavor. Siri a little tropical, baby. Okay. You might run to an Alexa at high school. How many people went to a school with an Alexa? Anybody, mama who won an Alexis and couldn't afford it, called their daughter Alexa. But Siri's like this. You see how you're like, oh, where's Siri from? Man, she got olive skin. I like Siri.
Yeah.
She got a little twang in her act. I don't know where Siri's from, but I like that, man. I like a Siri.
Flipper, what do you say? Why is Alexa better?
Sherrod, you ignorant slut. Alexa is so much better. First of all, Siri, she doesn't know how to party. It's in her name. She's too serious. She is too by the books. She does not know how to let loose. And Siri, you can program her to be a guy. You could program her to be. Siri doesn't know. Siri doesn't know what the hell she is. Alexa, she is a woman. She is fine. She is part. Alexa also has a shape. She is like She's hot. She's got that funnel form where Siri's just coming out of your phone, and a phone could be.
You just said Siri's bisexual and she lost? You're so confused.
No. Siri's not bisexual. Siri is she's confused. Siri is a very.
That's what your parents would say about somebody's choices.
No, my parents have an Alexa. That's how I know how freaky Alexa is. My parents get down with Alexa, and when you have 70-something-year-old Jews getting down with somebody, you know they know how to party.
If your parents can party with her, I don't want to party with her. Siri sneaking in late, partying with your kids.
I'm going to have to jump in the middle. I'm going to go with Sherrod on this one. We're going to go with Siri, the exotic champion, because we don't know what she is, where she really comes from. But we do like that fucking hair with the Pocahontas, with the brown skin and the pretty feet and all of that. Yeah, we're going with Siri on that one. So.
Yeah, you are wrong.
Yeah, we're going to do that. Hey, we got some more people wanting to get in on the show. Don't wait. Send in your topics right now. You can send those in. We'll debate them right now live. We're going to go till 8:30. This is Meaningless Debate, and we're ready for more topics. With Flip Schultz, Sherrod Small, if you were a Muppet, who would you want to be? Bill Fredericks wants to know. Flip, you're up. If you were a Muppet, which one?
Oh, man. I would be Fozzie fucking Bear, hands down, baby. Because Fozzie Bear, one, he's a comic, so he's got, I've got that in common with him. 2, Waka Waka, best catchphrase there is. 3, the bear is fearless. He will bomb on stage in front of anybody and not give a shit. And 4, he's a bear. If you don't laugh, he'll rip your head off. I think Fozzie Bear is, and he's relatable. The kids love him. He's big and furry. He could definitely bang Siri or Alexa. That's part of his charm. And he's also, he's from New York, so he's got a little bit of, toughness and bravado. Fozzie, all the way.
Flip Schultz going with the bangable bear. Sherrod, which one?
Flip is such a basic bitch. I would have to be one of the old white dudes up in the balcony. What's the two dudes' names? Always snapping on people.
Right.
That's what I would have to be if I was one of the Muppets. I'm up there like this. You know what this show and this school on Saturday have in common? No class. I like those dudes. Angry, grumpy men.
That was Fat Albert. You're quoting Fat
whatever.
Albert. That's not. No, they're two. That's not even a Muppet. You don't even know the guy's names. How can you say you'd want to be?
I do. I know his name because it's the same as the hotel. I know one of the dudes' names.
What is it?
I know it. Give me a second.
Yeah. See, Fozzie Bear. You know who Fozzie is. You don't have
That's a basic way to go. A 3-year-old would say Fozzie Bear.
Hey, 3
years go with Flip Schultz and the bangable bear on this one.
That's
Strictly,
right.
The bear is bangable. And Sherrod, you can remember the name, so we're going to go with the nameable character.
Waldorf.
I was about to come up with the names from the Dukes from what's the Eddie Murphy movie?
Place.
Creative Places.
Yeah.
Yes. Getting all of them in. Hey, we got another great show going with Flip and with Sherrod. Thank you guys for watching. I'm L.A. Hardy. Let's get back into it. Kara from Charleston, South Carolina wants to know, would teenagers get better grades if they had hotter teachers? Sherrod, you're up. Hotter teachers, better grades?
Yes, and that's the whole debate. Yes, you pay attention. When you're a young boy, when something unattractive is saying something to you as a teenage boy, you like this. I don't know what they said.
True.
Your guess as good as mine. But when something fine says something to you, be like this. Oh, I think I understand physics.
But we've seen a lot of these teachers banging these kids. I haven't heard what their grade point averages have been lately.
Yeah, we only hear about the kids and teachers banging when it's a hot teacher. We don't get to hear when it's an ugly teacher. And that's happening a lot more than anybody knows. Nicole Kidman ain't in that movie.
Probably so. Flip, why is that having an effect on the grades?
Because here's the thing. Sherrod, I had hot teachers. And you know what? I failed each class because all I could do was thinking about fucking them. Ugly teachers. You know what? I can't read because Mrs. McGillicuddy had an ass that wouldn't quit. But I'll tell you what. I aced astronomy because Mrs. Schwartz had moles and 3 fingers. Did not want to touch her. I didn't even want to look at her. Just kept looking at my book. All I did was listen. Did not want to look. Ears were up, eyes were down, and because of that,
You're already lying. A teenage boy don't even know something that he wouldn't fuck. We fuck pillows, stuffed animals, the arms of couches. So I know you would have fucked 3-fingered moldy teachers.
Wait, so then you're
better grades is the question. Does that equal better grades?
Of course, it equals better. By your rationale, there, Sherrod, you're saying that.
No, I'm just saying that you failed because you failed. Because you ain't no good. That you ain't smart. You can't get right. You ain't got the facilities.
At least I didn't confuse the Muppet with Fat Albert. I knew enough shit not to do that.
I was the latchkey kid. They were my babysitters. That's all I remember.
There you go. There you go. Now we're getting to the real stories. Little Rascals, Three Stooges, Ren and Stimpy, latchkey kids. This is why we have the show, folks, to argue just these kinds of points. And at the end of the show, we'll still be friends. The question will you be? Because you've been arguing for real on Facebook. This is Meaningless Debate. We got the topics. We got the comics. Let's get back into it.
Wait. Who won that one, L.A.?
Waldorf.
I'm going to say
Waldorf.
I'm going to throw another draw in the middle of that one because I actually lost track of where we were even going and why it was even a topic. We were talking about the teachers and was it equaling better grades. I don't really think it equals better grades, but we all know we want to fuck them hot teachers. Let's be honest.
Yeah. But Waldorf was the other Muppet old man. Waldorf.
3 questions ago. You still gonna lose that?
I'm still got
it. Lucas from New Orleans wants to know: would you rather be punched in the face or kicked in the balls? I think I know the answer to this one. Flip, you're up first. Kicked in the face or punched in the balls?
He's been both.
Punch me in the face any fucking day of the week. I will take that over a kick in the balls. Any guy here would take that route because the balls are so sensitive. Faces heal, a little punch in the jaw, it stings, it burns for a couple minutes, and then balls forever. And balls affect your physiology. No, you do never, ever kick a man in the balls. That's anytime you watch a movie and a girl's angry or a guy wants to kick it right to the balls. That's the go-to because they know that's the it's called the moneymaker for a reason, man.
Whenever they even make that threat, don't you always see the man just start to cower, the pull back?
Exactly.
You sit at home and you almost see it happening. You start to do that.
Every man.
But since this is Meaningless Debate, Sherrod, you got to take the other side and let us know why kicking the balls is a thing.
I am. I'm gonna take kicking the ball. First of all, most men will take kicking the balls. You know how I know?
Why?
Because I know girls who let's say ladies of the night. And they always got stories of men paying them to kick them in their balls. They never told me a story about getting punched in the face.
That's true.
So most men will take kicking the balls, even though you're trying to deny it, even though you don't want to live with the truth. Men want to get kicked in the balls by hot girls or any girl.
No, I've been kicked in the balls 3 times in my life, and I remember each one of them.
Men pay for it.
I did not pay for it. Aaron Boscow in 5th grade.
The men paid for it.
Those are men who don't.
In the face.
those are self-effacing men who don't care about themselves. Ask any red-blooded man. 99.9% will say, "No, L.A. You're the tiebreaker. You're."
I'll tell you straight up.
Some men like that.
There are cases, and since he brought it up, it actually made me think of it. We've all seen the porn, and there are the sadomasochists out there that want to get that shot to the balls. They'll never sit up on a show and straight up say that's what they want, but they will pay to get that done.
I never said there aren't men who wouldn't, but I'm just saying between the debate between Sherrod and I, which
any
one
man would take a punch in the face, and I say, well, the market don't prove that. The market
is going to be the tiebreaker on that one. I'm going to split it right down the middle and call that one.
Oh, you are a bitch.
There are those guys out here who will pay for that shit.
Pay big money.
They will pay big money for it.
Extra for Asian.
It's called politicians. So I'm just saying.
Yep.
By the way, as a complete side note, I love how Sherrod and I both have a 70s vibe going in that he looks like he's talking through a CB radio and I look like I'm an AM radio DJ. Just noticed it.
That's why we brought you here, baby. We knew what you had going on already.
Welcome to WBALL, Kicked in the Balls, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week.
Cincinnati's hottest.
W balls. This is why we do this show, so we can do these arguments for you guys. Send us in more hot topics. We want our comics to be stumped. We want them to have fun, and we want you guys to enjoy it. This is Meaningless Debate. I'm L.A. Hardy, Flip Schultz, Sherrod Small. Let's get back into our topics. Maya from Springfield, Massachusetts wants to know, better TV dad, Cliff Huxtable or Al Bundy? Sherrod, you're up.
I'm gonna say Cliff Huxtable.
Could probably go right along with
I'm
it.
gonna take that. I'm gonna take that hit. Now we're not talking about the man who played him. We're talking about the character on the show.
Absolutely.
And for that time and for that black father being strong on television, I'm just telling as a young boy growing up in the hood, seeing that on TV, running to the television every Thursday when the Cosby Show came on, and knowing every episode, everyone they sang old jazz songs. Oh, that was the more important dad, easily.
Yeah, I'll go along with that one. Flip, why is Al Bundy better?
Look, I already won it, but go ahead, dum-dum.
Here's why Al Bundy was better. Now, look, I'll give it to you. Cliff Huxtable and Claire and the entire Huxtable clan, they were very sweet, and they had this wonderful life. He was a doctor. She was a lawyer. They had the kids were little scamps, right? But it was it was a Norman Rockwell-esque kind of existence. Then you go to the Bundys. They were white, dipped in chocolate. They were white, little white trashish. Daughter was a bit of a slut. Son was a bit of a horn dog. Wife was was bon lazy.
They were real white people.
But here's the thing. Al Bundy still provided for that family.
Yeah, he did.
Al Bundy could have run out on that piece of shit family, but he stuck to his moral compass. He provided. He worked his ass off. He took their shit. He didn't let him get away with a lot of shit. And at the end of the day, he was still a good father who cared for his kids, gave them a home. And I remember a very poignant episode where he just let it all sink in and goes, "I'm married with children." And he accepted it like a man.
But he also had the honor of being a white in an America at the time that had everything pulling for him and his white family. But
Really?
Dr. Huxtable made it despite the things going against him, brother. LA brother, hit me up.
But Al Bundy was still bottom of the barrel, man. He still was, very lower class and still tried to work his way up. If you remember, Cliff Huxtable had well-to-do parents. So did Claire. It's not like they had a scrounge. As a matter of fact, I remember when not Denise, who was the oldest daughter, when her and her husband got married and they had a shitty little apartment, and Cliff and Claire said, "No, you're not going to live there," and they gave them like a really nice place.
You know what made Al Bundy funny? I'm gonna break it down to you. You know what made him funny and not sad? His color.
I'll break you off of that one.
Not a sad show.
Here's where it comes from for me as a dad, because the question was, who was the better dad? When my kids were from 1 to 10, 11 years old, I was Bill Cosby. I was Cliff Huxtable. Once my kids got to be into teenagers, I was Al Bundy. All day long. All day long.
Who was most important, you said?
Wow, that's a tough one because you didn't spend a lot of time with those kids when they're young, I thought. And you do. But once they become teenagers, you got to spend even more time with them damn kids, whether you want to or not.
And that's what Al Bundy did.
Some of that damn happiness of yours and get over to that shoe store and sell them damn shoes. We're going to split that one right down the middle.
Oh, come on.
It's a give and take on that one.
It's a battle royale.
Come on, LA.
Of course, it's a tough one. We're not choosing because of color. We're choosing because of culture. This is meaningless debate, and these debates don't matter at the end of the day anyway. So I want to thank these guys for coming out. Let's see what else you guys got to give us. Derek from Buffalo, New York wants to know, better put on your socks than shoes or sock, shoe, sock, shoe? Better put on your socks than shoes or
Oh, I
socks?
see what they're saying.
Okay, one at a time, or put them both on at once?
Yeah.
Flip up. Give us your ideas on this.
I'm going socks, shoes. I'm going first socks and then shoes, not one at a time. Because first of all, if you're in the north in the winter, your feet are getting cold. You don't want to just take care of one while the other tootsies are freezing right there. It's like you got all your little piggies. They need to be back in their home together. And that's number one. Number two, I'm a little OCD. I like symmetrical things, so I need my socks to be done. See, look at my feet, see both socks, and then we go shoe right to left. And that way you got the socks are now grouped together, the shoes are grouped together. It's it's like if you were gonna make eggs, you don't make one egg, fry it, put it on the plate, and then fry it. You fry the eggs together and you put the eggs on the plate together.
Lord have mercy. Your feet ain't eggs, first of all. And you sound like a person with ugly feet. That's what a person with ugly feet do. It's like, away. Gotta get them away so anybody see them. It's like, no, take your time like a gentleman. Act like you've been on a yacht in your life. And put on one shoe, one sock, let the feet breathe. What's wrong with let people see your toes? Don't you get pedicures? Why,
I love the argument. I'm going with Flip. I'm putting two
Yes.
socks. I'm not putting on one shoe and then one sock.
bias.
I didn't even understand half the question. We're going with one sock and with whatever Flip said. Hey, we've come to the end of the show. I'm going to wait for my producers to put it up and let me know who was the winner tonight, guys.
It's a tough one. I think America won. That's my choice.
We're going to go with America as the winner. This is our Thanksgiving show, Thanksgiving week. Thank our guys for coming out. Let's find out what Sherrod, before we do pick a winner, what do you got going on? Where can we find you? Where can the people find out more about you?
Yes, you can also always go to, my Twitter, Sherrod_small, or my Instagram, Sherrod Small. Check out Race Wars, my podcast, Race Wars. Go to racewars.com and check us out. And I got a sports comedy podcast with Embassy Row called Small Ball, and that's available on Apple Music and Spotify.
Nicely done, my friend. Flipper, what do you got going? Where can we find you?
You could always find me on my website, either flipschultz.com or flipisfunny.com. It's actually SCHULTZ. But they're Instagram and Twitter at flipschultz. And I've been putting up 3 times a week. I have these little shows I call 60-second news. You can catch them on my YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, all my social media, and including I'm actually doing some live shows too around Florida. So all that is on the website, flipisfunny.com.
Nicely done. Hey, you guys both been doing any live shows?
Oh, yeah, I got a live show coming up in Roysterford, Pennsylvania on Soul Joe Comedy. That's this Saturday, 7 p.m. in Roysterford, Pennsylvania. I went there a couple weeks ago. That was my first show since February. But
wow, I know.
Nice, man.
It's been crazy. So I heard guys saying it's been 6 months since they've been up. How did they do the one in Pennsylvania? Was it a half show or was it a full thing?
Full show. It's about 200 people, but everybody's spread it out. It's under and outside, and it's heaters.
200 people.
It's about 150 people, something like that. Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
Saturday, but me and Sam Say from SNL. Sam's I think we have a special came out on Netflix, but we're gonna be out there this Saturday at 7 p.m. Go to souljoelcomedy.com and get the ticket.
Excellent. Flip, you've done a few live shows, right? You got something coming up?
Yeah, I actually have one this Saturday as well in Fort Pierce, Florida, right in your neck of the woods, LA. I'll be at the Sunrise Theater this Saturday, the 28th. I want to say that's around 8 o'clock. And then I'll be performing in West Palm Beach, Miami, and I believe Delray in the upcoming weeks as well. And I already got some dates for 21 too. So all that, again, is available at flipisfunny.com.
Awesome. Want to thank my guests, Flip Schultz and Sherrod Small, for coming out. This is our Thanksgiving week. We want to give thanks to everybody out there. Shouts out to our military men and women out there on the road doing their thing. We love you, and freedom ain't free. We appreciate you. This has never happened in the history of the show. We actually have a draw. The show is a draw for this week between these two titans of comedy and debating. We want to thank them both for coming out tonight.
It's what the country needs right now. It's what the country needs, guys.
This is Meaningless Debate. I'm L.A. Hardy. We'll see you next week. Just don't forget, don't debate at home. Let us do the debating for you. We'll see you next time.